Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sean. Welcome to another KillZone Shadowfall multiplayer video. Today we're going to be talking all about the Insurgent pack and everything you get with it, the entire metagame that I feel that it creates for you within this game, and all the goodies and so forth. We'll talk about my best practices, things I use it for, things you can use it for. But for me, it really does create a side game, metagame, you know, whatever you want to call it. If you're playing with a clan and you go as Insurgent, it kind of creates your own little game within the game. I'll get more into that in a little bit. Let's just go over the specifics first. So with the Insurgent DLC pack, you get your new class. You get the Insurgent class, which we'll go over in depth. You also get a few new things for your other classes. For abilities, you're going to get 3 new abilities for the Assault, Scout, and also Support. So for Assault, you get my favorite ability, which if you watch my Assault class video, I use it on everything, on every Assault class. It's the E-Pulse Emitter, and that's a standalone thing that you put down like a spawn beacon, and it basically sends out these pulses and knocks out revive drones, air drones, turrets, spawn beacons, anything that's enemy equipment that's in its radius. Now, you have to have a line of sight on it. It's not something that goes through walls or anything like that. For the Support class, you're going to get a Tactical Echo Emitter. That's basically the same exact thing that the Scout class has as their primary ability, except it's a standalone thing, like just like a spawn beacon or the E-Pulse Emitter. You put it down in one area. But the beautiful thing with this is that you don't need a line of sight. It goes through walls. So let's take a map for Penthouse, for example. You put that down in a major hallway. It's going to shoot out those pulses for, I'm not sure how long the radius is, but it's pretty far. And it'll just tag enemies left and right, and your teammates will be able to see them. So you'll get points for tagging them, as well as you'll get assist points if they're tagged and they get killed. Then for your Scout class, you get a guard drone. I'm not going to comment to how effective it is, because I still, on a Scout class, when I do my Scout class video, you'll see I just use emergency teleport. That's my favorite thing. Gets me a lot of streaks. But the guard drone for a Scout is going to be a standalone drone buddy, basically. You put it in an area, it stands there, it shoots at people. That's it. So for weapons with the pack, for Support, you get the lovely M82, a throwback to previous kill zones, and I'm still a noob, guys. This is my first kill zone, and I love this gun. It's a hip-fire beast, and ever since they kind of nerfed the sickle, that's been my go-to support gun for close quarters combat. It has no attachments, so if you're looking to take out drones or turrets, stuff like that, you probably want to stick with a pulver. For the Scout class, you get the STA-14, which I love. It's kind of just like the Comrade. I believe it has the same exact stats as it, but it comes with just one sight. It's kind of like a built-in ACOG, and it's just a beast in terms of hip fire, as well as being really accurate, and you can get headshots really easily with it. For Assault, they're going to give you the LS-12. It's an SMG submachine gun. It's pretty effective if you get used to it. I'm still not used to it. I just love using my Ripper with the laser pointer sight on it. So that's just something to keep in mind. So you're also going to get some game modes. You get a campaign elite mode, which is basically the campaign but on really, really hard. Just go to the KillZone website to get the details on that. And then there's this multiplayer collectibles mode where every map that you go on has this little crate that if you shoot it, I think you get like 500 or something points. And there's one on every map, and it'll tell you as you're spawning in whether it's been found or not. And then there's a bunch of new trophies and challenges added on when you have the Insurgent class. Hacktivist and Kleptomaniac and Finders Keepers and all these other things. So, you know, just more things to make that number next to your name go up and up and up. All right. Okay, so you start off each match with no gun. You just have your pistols, and you pretty much can choose from any pistol that's in the game. And you have to scavenge your gun. And once you scavenge a gun, if you die, you'll respawn with that gun, but just with the ammunition that you had with the gun at the time of your death. You only replenish ammo if you happen to run over a soldier that happen to be using that gun. A little tip, what I usually do is, if I want to play Insurgent, what I'll do is, if a match is just starting, I'll start off as something else, like Support or Assault. Let the game go on for just a tiny bit. Wait till I get my first death, then switch over to Insurgent, because this way there's probably going to be plenty of guns on the battlefield. So when you first start off using the class, it can be a little frustrating, and be prepared to die a lot. So don't worry about your kill-death ratio when you first start playing with the Insurgent. Best advice is to steal, and just hack as much as possible until you get your stealing and your hack abilities up to Mark 11. And here's the major reason why. And I didn't know this at first, and it was quite confusing a little bit. Okay, let's just make a random thing. If you're Support and you have a turret and you put it down, and your turret level is at 11, when you spawn your turret, it'll spawn as a Mark 11 turret, and it'll stay there for the allotted time that Mark 11 would have. Okay. If your, let's say, steal ability is Mark 5, let's say, and you steal someone's ability to leave a turret, that turret will only deploy as a Mark 5 turret. It has nothing to do with what your other class has. So the fastest way that you can get your steal up to means that you'll deploy everything at max amount. So let's say you get your steal up to 11. It means every spawn beacon ability you steal, you're going to deploy it as a Mark 11 spawn beacon. Every turret you steal, every turret ability that you steal, for every turret that you put down, it'll spawn as a Mark 11. Same thing with the air drones. So same thing with hacking. Let's say my hack ability is at a 5. If I hack a turret, it'll deploy as a Mark 5 turret and nothing more than that. It doesn't have anything to do with the turret, the person who deployed that turret initially, the enemy. If they were at Mark 11 or 10 or whatever, you're going to deploy it. You're going to hack it, and then you're going to deploy it as a Mark 5. So, and that's where you get killed a lot with Insurgent, is because you'll find when you play with this class and you start seeing all over the map downed enemies, your just natural instinct is you want to run over, you want to steal, you want to get these abilities, you want to hack, you want to mix and match. But for the first hours of you playing the game, just try to focus on stealing and try not to get yourself killed too much. Don't worry so much about the hacking, just worry about the stealing, because that's really where the whole meta game is going to come into play. Alright, so let's talk about the stealing again. So when you go up to a downed enemy, if you press triangle, you're going to steal both left and right abilities. Okay. If you just hold down left on the D-pad, you're only going to steal his left ability. If you hold down just the right D-pad, you're just going to steal the right ability. So you're figuring, okay, why would they make something like that? Okay, here's where you can really mix and match. Let's say you go up to a downed enemy and you steal both his revive and his turret. Okay, then you see someone down and he has an air drone, but you want to have an air drone and you want to have a turret. So what you do is you'll use the down D-pad to move your turret over to the left side, and then when you go up to that down enemy, instead of pressing triangle to steal both, you're just going to push right on the D-pad to steal his air drone. Does that make any sense? I know, that's a little confusing. It's basically saying that your left abilities and your right abilities, you can use the down D-pad to swap them, and once you swap them, then you can pick and choose, okay, do I want to have 2 left abilities, or do I want to have 2 right abilities? And that's where you can mix and match even with assault and support. Let's say, do I want to have, let's say, a nano shield from assault? I'll just push down on left. And if I see someone else, I see a support guy, he's got a spawn beacon, I'm just going to push down on right. Boom. Now I've got nano shield ability and I've got a spawn beacon. So just something to keep in mind of how you can mix and match. I was a little confused at first with the whole D-pad thing because I thought you could steal 4 different things. But it really it's a matter of you got to consider things. Left abilities and right abilities, and which ones do you want at that particular time. So once you steal abilities, you're going to have 3 uses for each of them. And once you max everything out at Mark 11 for your steal ability, that's when it's not really much of an issue. So let's say you steal revive drone and you steal turret. I'll pop a little image on your screen right now. The 3 little dots on each side, well, on this particular image, it'll be 3 on the left, 2 on the others, on the turret side. That means for revive drone, I've got 3 more revives, and for turrets, I could put out 2 more turrets. So you want to keep an eye on that, because as you start to see them go down, then you got to start to say to yourself, do I need to start stealing more abilities? Or you'll see sometimes in this game, let's say I get down to 1 more revive, and I see a support guy. I have a turret ability already, but I don't want to steal, let's say, his spawn beacon. I just want his revives. So what I'll do is I'll go up to him, and I'm just going to steal his revive ability. I'll just push left on my D-pad. I hope that makes sense. Guys, I'm bad at explaining all this stuff, so if there's any questions, just please leave them in the comment section, and I'm positive that I'll get to them. So you could use also the Insurgent class as intelligence for your team. So let's say you're on a team, you're using your mic, you've got teammates that are using a mic. You're the eyes and ears who can pretty much tell your teammates exactly what the enemy team is using in terms of abilities. Like for this match, when you look and you see all those little icons all over the map showing me where there's going to be fallen enemies, I know what they're using. So let's say I'm playing against a team and I just see a boatload of support. Or let's say I see a bunch of downed enemy icons near a bomb site and it's all turrets and spawn beacons. I'm pretty sure that in that area there's going to be turrets and it's going to be spawn beacons. So I can kind of relay that, to my team to say, hey, we need to get a spawn beacon over there, or we need to get the e-pulse emitter, to knock out stuff. And it really just kind of gives you a gauge as to what kind of team you're up against. Sometimes if I'm playing, I've noticed this frequently, if I'm playing against a bunch of randoms, they're all going to be running assault, and it's really not fun for me in terms of Insurgent, because I don't really want to steal all the assault abilities. I really like to mix and match. I like to have a turret and then a nano shield, because then I'll deploy a turret and then I'll deploy a nano shield right in front of it. So guys, as the game's coming to a wrap, if you have any other questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get to all of them. I know I'm a fast-talking New Yorker and sometimes stutter a bit, so if there's anything I missed or went over too fast, just please leave a question and I'll definitely answer it. But I'm loving the Insurgent pack. It is this side meta game, whether I'm playing with my clanmates and I'm running around just creating havoc, stealing their abilities and putting up turrets and hacking all their turrets and spawn beacons. It's just it's a lot of fun, guys. And for season pass, it's only $20 for a season pass. Get it for free. Can't beat it. Please leave me a comment, leave me a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Thanks.